Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to a Shit Top 165. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep, Joe my co-host, and I'm Miss Phil.
What did you say, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. Time's the clock.
Oh, boy. All right, let's just roll the intro. Wrong one.
Wait, hold up. I know that number.
You should know that number.
I know that number. I know that number. Is that the number I'm thinking of? No, it's not.
What are you thinking it was?
Orbital velocity is 7.8 kilometers
it's
per
damn
second.
close. Well, it depends on
It's not damn close. That's 28,000. This was 12,000.
Well, it depends on your orbital velocity.
Where is this taken from?
This is rods from God. Are you familiar with rods from God?
Oh, yeah, the idea of having a weapon that's not like thermonuclear, and you just drop a large mass.
Yeah, so I'm working on the video, and
the whole problem with the thing is that it's putting too much energy down and not enough out.
Well,
I was thinking, what you need to do is drop something like, drop the rod, but then have it like open up to like up.
Yeah, I know.
You need a ball.
It's in the day, but I was
because a ball would have more outward projection.
But see, I was reading the Wikipedia article here, and the U.S. Air Force had no intentions of ever wiping out cities with it. So I don't know where the idea of wiping out cities even came from, because they had no intended use for that.
But what is this? What was the number?
So that number, basically, when you read the Wikipedia article, it's very vague at what their impact speed is. It gives you their mass, and it gives you a energy. But it's very vague about what the impact speed is. Because it mentions Mach 8 as orbital velocity, but then like Mach 10 as like a transit, as like just another velocity, but doesn't tell you what that number is. But luckily, it gives you a mass, and it gives you an impact energy, so you can just calculate it back to figure out what impact velocity is, and it's Mach 10, which is what that number was.
If it had that mass,
3,432.78 meters per second, yeah. So I had to calculate it back, which is 48 billion joules. You know.
Oh, yeah?
So I had
wait, they told you that number?
Well, they said 48 gigajoules. I think it's 48 billion, right? Or is that mega?
No, you did it right.
Yeah, 48 gigajoules. So you convert gigajoules to joules because you can't work in gigajoules. So you get 48 billion. And then they give you...
Why don't you write in scientific notation?
Because the calculators don't work in scientific notation. So it just makes things more difficult than it needs to be.
Actually, no, I honestly kind of prefer engineering notation.
Is that everything to the E?
No.
Oh, because the freaking calculators are using it. It pisses me off.
No.
I hate E.
Engineering notation is everything is used such in the base units, like mega, giga, kilo. Whatever your number is, you don't... So scientific notation... The number has to be a number between 1 and 10. Engineering notation, the number is between 1 and 1,000, or 999.
Okay.
And so basically, you would write 48 times 10 to the 9.
Oh, yeah.
Versus scientific notation would be 4.8 times 10 to the 10.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense to convert back to like thinking like, okay, how many... Like, everything you do is either milli, micro, nano. And so it's very easy to just go, oh, nano, that's 10 to the negative 9. And so you just take the number times 10 to the negative 9. Versus scientific or whatever, you have to make your number between 1 and 9.
Right. Well, anyways. So
that's why, because we use it all the time in my classes, and I honestly kind of like writing it. writing in it.
So, I learned something, too. Metric tons and English tons are virtually the same.
Yeah, they're close.
They're very close. Like, obviously, the more tons there are, like, the bigger your object, the less close they're going to be. But, like, when you're working...
Because a metric is 1,000 kilograms.
Right. And then... Which is so annoying, because you're so used to English tons, which you know is like 2,000 pounds. So
it's
when
not like it is.
Well, yeah. Which is 2,000 pounds. And it's so annoying, because you're like, which one is the 2,000 one? Or it's like, okay, does metric tons follow the same 2,000? Because I feel like it wouldn't, because it's metric. It should be in base 10. Yep. And so it's so annoying. It was so annoying. Anyways, so I had to convert they give both readings in tons, so it doesn't matter which one. So I converted it to kilograms, and then just solved. Got this velocity, converted it back to miles per hour, because I knew the Mach number for that. Yeah. And then just divided it by...
That number is very simple. Yeah. 343.
Yeah, which is give or take Mach, because...
Well, it depends. It depends on a lot of things.
Yep.
The three major things are temperature, elasticity, and density.
Yeah, there's a lot, and so we just...
And so it's always given at standard atmospheric pressure.
Right.
In air.
Which is, depending on the temperature. And then, we have to be at sea level. At the other level, it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just true. Like, so Mach, and Mach is given Mach is used to find relative air velocity, and so you have to find it in the air, like in the area, so like non-moving air. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I just started reading about it, and I'm like, excuse me? Who's doing these calculations for these planes when they're calculating their airspeeds?
Well, planes use everything in knots.
Yeah, well, screw knots. There's a story, and this reminds me of a story where a blackbird was flying near LAX, and this little Cessna asks for his airspeed readout. And, from the tower, because he doesn't have that instrument on board. Which then starts a, whose dick's bigger than the other dick. Mm. So then you have all these planes going back and forth. And this F-16 in Death Valley was just like, bet you're sweet ass. It's just like, watch. It's like, watch. Yeah, what's my airspeed? It's like Mach 2 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the Blackbird's just like, all right. Clicks on his radio and goes, tower, this is blah, 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 blah. What's my airspeed? And I don't remember what the readout was. I don't remember but he was going fast.
It was more. Yeah,
yeah, but because the tower, the funniest thing about the tower is they're really nice and super bubbly about this, despite the fact that they're just dead inside and why the hell are you asking for your airspeed readout, type thing. Mm-hmm. Which is was kind of the funny part with all the pilots when they're all asking for their airspeeds even though they don't need them.
Yeah.
And they said something that kind of just put everybody just shut everybody up when they, not just the number but something else that air traffic controller said. But anyways, he reads the airspeed and radio silence after that. No one else was asking for their airspeed readouts that day. Oh man.
No one else that day could match it.
There was another day where it's conflicting of how the story goes, but basically a blackbird was asking air traffic control, hey, is 65,000 feet cleared out? Am I good to proceed to 65,000 feet? And the air traffic controller goes, yeah, if you can get that high, kind of just what the hell? Who the hell's flying to 65,000 feet? And then some people said they ascended to 65,000 feet, but at least the Instagram post said, but the comments are no, it was descending to 65,000 feet. So then the Blackbird pilot gets on, all right, descending to 65,000 feet, and it's just what? Because their operating altitude is 85. So it's just all right, descending to 65,000 feet. I'm like, oh my god. But that's what happens when you have the highest flying aircraft and the fastest aircraft in the...
Can the U-2 go higher?
Than the Blackbird?
Because those things are made for, like, ultra-thin air.
Google. Max height of U-2 spy plane. Oh. 70,000 feet with a payload. What? I thought they could go higher than that. Is that really...
No. They cruise many hours above.
Oh.
With 3,000 pounds.
Oh, with a payload.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see what they
rated for, yeah.
What's the max height? It's probably classified.
Well, go to the Wikipedia page. Maybe they say. Right there, yeah.
Lockheed U-2. Produced... Yeah, wow, okay. They were in production until 19...
All right. No.
But it's probably in here. Feet aircraft previously been recorded. Climbed to 88,000. In 1953, during a major NATO exercise, flight lieutenant intercepted a U-2 at a height of 66,000 feet, where the aircraft had previously been considered safe from interception. Hale climbed to 88,000 feet. It's Lightning F3.
Oh.
But I thought it could go... Set a world record altitude of 20,000 meters in a horizontal flight and 12,000 kilograms in weight class.
Right.
It's probably classified.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
Let's look up SR-71.
SR-71.
Max.
85,000 feet.
Yeah, maybe they're similar. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably are pretty. I would guess they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Of course, one is like just
I'm getting
barely.
a phone call.
I got a phone call too.
It's from my dad.
All right, well, we'll be right back, folks. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. So, anyways, the U-2 barely putzes along at 85,000. Oh, I shouldn't say barely, but
it puts along.
It just glides along at 85,000 feet. As where the SR-71 has to fly at 85,000 feet, otherwise it will literally disintegrate itself.
Really?
I mean, it goes real fast.
No, but it doesn't have to go that fast.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, to go its top speed, it has to go that high, or else, well, A, it couldn't go its top speed, and B, it would disintegrate itself.
Yeah.
More than likely. The thing's only made of titanium.
The thing is, you can't really get much higher before you can't really call yourself a plane.
Yeah, you need to carry your own oxygen.
That is how they define it. It's like, at what point are you no longer generating lift from the difference in air pressure, and are you generating lift from a rocket?
Yeah, at some point you're gonna need to carry your own liquid fuel.
At some point, you stop generating lift, and you're gliding. You're cruising. I don't know. You're not even gliding. You're. What's the term that people use for, like,
orbiting?
Orbiting?
You're orbiting.
Yeah, you're orbiting. You're orbiting. At some point, you just stop. You stop flying and you start orbiting.
Yep, pretty much. You're no longer lifted. You are just falling.
You are falling. You are falling.
At some point, you're falling. There isn't a... no, but there was... Who's... Lockheed Martin or Boeing is working on a ramjet again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't remember what it was for. I can't remember if it's for that new supersonic plane that NASA's developing so that they can bring commercial flights back that fly at
Mach. Like the Virgin... Oh, like the Concorde?
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, the reason why Concorde died... Well, A,
it was expensive.
Expensive. B, it was ahead of its time. And C, the U.S. banned flying above land at at supersonic speeds.
Well, they weren't flying above land. It was from London to New York.
Well, yes, but they did fly some flights above land.
At that speed?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I thought it was
issues.
solely used from like the UK to the US.
There were some flights, very few in the early days, right before the US was like, nope, none of that.
What's kind of crazy? So my flight from Germany to Denver only lasted effectively 2 hours.
Thank you, time zones.
Because that flight, when you flew from London to New York, you could arrive in New York before that time.
Yeah, that you left.
Before the time you left, yeah.
Negative.
So if you left at noon, you could get there at like 11:30 New York time.
Negative time.
So it's as if you have more time in your day now.
Yeah.
And that's what was crazy. So the flight on the plane was like 9.5 hours.
That sounds like horrible jet lag. Like
it was like see, that's the thing, right? It was a 9.5 hour flight. I get there, only 2 hours had effectively passed. I was up for 27 hours because I had to wake up at like 3:30 in the morning for my flight that left Spain. Because the plane left at 7. You had to be there an hour. You had to be there 2 hours early. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be at the bus stop that takes me to the airport by 5 because they have buses that take you there. And the best time that worked for me was 5 o'clock. Or no, I think maybe it was 4:30 because I was accounting for that.
Right.
It was 4:30. And then I was like, oh, I need to be up like 45 minutes before that, so I can take a shower, eat dinner, and have like one last breakfast with my host mom before I leave. So I woke up at like 3:45, and I didn't go to bed until like almost midnight Denver time.
Sounds like death.
Almost midnight Denver time.
Sounds like death.
Because I was waiting for the plane to leave in Denver at 6 p.m. Well, they kept delaying it, and then at 10 o'clock in Denver time, they finally canceled it. They're like, yeah, we're done. Your plane's not coming.
Great. What?
And then you want to know what the best part is?
What?
I had to sleep in the hotel, in the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did not sleep well. Despite being up for 27 hours, I did not sleep well.
Death.
And because then the next morning, I get on the plane and leave, and then it's just like, I was dead the whole day. I think I had a haircut that day, too. When I got back.
So our barber's just like, so how was Spain? You're just like, don't talk to me. Just let me die, please.
Just let me die in peace.
Just let me die. So, well, anyways, NASA and Skunkworks are working on a plane that will hopefully, instead of a supersonic boom, it's a thud. They're wanting to make that bang quiet.
Okay.
So that they can convince legislation to allow for supersonic flight to come back. And then maybe supersonic planes can start flying again because it'll be more economical now in the 21st century instead of the 20th century.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. The 20th century, it's weird. Because I was watching a video about the Chunnel. The English...
Yeah.
Complete opposite now. We're going from Mach to under the ground.
A train.
And, basically, they said today there'd be no reason to build a Chunnel today.
Oh, really?
Well, it's just planes and ferries are just way cheaper and way better and in every way. And it's just...
A ferry is better?
Yeah, and because now of how much labor is, it's not worth to build the Chunnel in today's.
Oh.
Even because the technology...
Well, I guess yeah, because you have to dig through a lot of dirt.
I guess the technology to build... I guess the technology to dig tunnels, I guess, has not improved to overcome how expensive they are, which explains a lot because not a lot of people outside of China,
You're better off just building a big ship.
Yeah, it's like no one builds planes or no one does that, so you just do.
Are there actually flights?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is that, like a 2-minute flight?
No, it's half hour.
Isn't that how long the train takes?
Yeah. It's not that it's faster.
What?
It's just...
I would have...
Well, the other part is the train, the stations are literally on either side. So you just get left in Normandy.
They didn't put an airport on the coast?
Well, no. The thing... So, no, the train stations are literally on the coasts.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's no reason to... And so unless you want to be on the northern coast... Anyways, so the airports are only... the train stations are only on the coast. So unless you want to go to the coasts, the train is useless. Because most people want to go, to London or Paris.
But do they not have another subway?
It doesn't sound like there's easy ways to... You don't want to change trains, I think, is the thing.
Oh.
You'd rather not
They don't have a train that just keeps going?
No, they didn't build one that way.
Why?
Don't ask me.
Seemed like that would have been a good idea. You have your thing that goes to the coast. And then I think of it kind of like how we went when we went to Telluride.
Yeah.
Remember how we took the one.
But we had to get off though.
Yeah, we got off, but then we literally got right back on.
Right. Oh, right, because you could have kept going.
Because you could have kept going, right?
Oh, because there was nothing on the top of that mountain. But
so basically, what I'm saying is that you get off and then you walk 2 feet across the other side of the rail to a train that then takes you downtown.
Well, yeah, but then you have to line up those times and also the Chunnel is privately funded.
Oh, is it?
It was not a public works project.
Oh.
Which I find very interesting.
Well, the government should buy them out and, build another...
It's not worth it for the government to pay for it. Oh. The Chunnel has barely paid for itself.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
So everyone's taking ferries and planes.
Yeah, and it's just...
Are you serious? The plane takes 30 minutes? Is that from touchdown to touchdown, or is that accounting for, TSA and all that?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Is that way or not TSA, boarding times? I don't want not including boarding times, just touchdown to takeoff, or other way around. Other way around. I find that hard to believe. 30 minutes is the same time it takes a ferry?
Well, the ferry's much slower than the plane.
That's what I'm saying.
The ferry...
That's what I'm saying.
Unless you want to take your car, there's no reason to do the ferry.
That's what I'm saying. The ferry's much slower than the plane.
Actually, you can take your car with the train now.
How are you telling me it takes the same time?
I don't. The ferry is slower.
There's something going on there.
But the ferry can ferry more people. Is the plane
just flying and then just kind of... Is there a traffic stop in the air? It's just a wait.
Well, I almost.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah, it's a little busy. We have to have you circle around the runway.
Just hovers.
It just hovers. The runway's a bit busy right now. You have to hover up there for about 20 minutes.
That's what they do. They make the plane circle. When they're.
Is that how busy it is? They have to just circle around before they can finally land?
Yep. Some airports are like that, yeah.
So it's like, oh, yeah. The flight could totally take 5 minutes. But because there's so much traffic, it takes a half hour.
Yeah.
It's just circling around
the beauty with the flights is, though, you can go where you're not...
You go there, you look up, and you just see, this, traffic circle of planes.
No, but the thing about the flights is, though, they can go anywhere. They're not limited to just the coast. So if you want to fly Paris to London, you would do that. You want to fly Paris to Munich, you would do that instead of taking the train.
Mm-hmm. That's the other
thing. Not Paris to Munich. That would be... Flights
in Europe are very cheap. Because you think about, the distances,
It's a lot shorter.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more people.
Think about how long the U.S. is compared to how long Europe is.
That's what people don't understand about the United States.
It's really
coming
cheap.
From Europe, is that the distances are stupid, unimaginably stupid. And people just don't understand. Except apparently, if you're flying from New York to LA, because that number just doesn't make any sense.
How many countries could you cross?
A lot
for just this length of Nebraska.
Oh, well, I mean, if you mishmash countries.
Yeah,
and like find their shortest distances across.
Yeah.
Or just line up Luxembourg, Monte Carlo, the Vatican. You hadn't even gotten to Grand Island yet, I think, with those.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure with just those three, you still haven't gotten to Grand Island from Lincoln. Because that's 99 miles. And I don't think those 4 or 5 countries across are 99 miles.
Well, then you have Andorra. Andorra's not much bigger than those.
Nope. There's a lot of
It's literally smashed on the border. Like, if you look at the line between Spain and France, it's smaller than the thickness of the line, I think.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, pull down your map. Like, I'm pretty sure Andorra is the thickness of the line.
Well, I don't think it's even on this scale. Do I have a Europe map? I do. Oh, no.
Okay.
It's a little thicker.
It's a little dot.
It's a little thicker. But, like, I think they make them, like, Monte Carlo is the thickness of the line. The line around it is bigger than the country itself. So, yeah, Monte Carlo, yeah. Or Monaco, I should say.
Monaco.
Yeah. There's another tiny country in Italy? There are two tiny countries in Italy?
Yeah, so there's the Vatican and then San Marino.
Yeah. Does Monaco border Italy or is it all in France?
I can't
It's hard to tell on this map.
It is.
We'd have to look on Google, I guess.
No, the Vatican is the smallest.
Right. San Marino's pretty big.
Yeah.
Shockingly. Well, there's Luxembourg. Isn't there another one somewhere in there? Or is that just it?
A smaller one?
Yeah. But
that's the only ones I know of.
But think about it, though. I don't know if Slovenia... I think Slovenia's still a country. It might be renamed. But, like, you know, you drive across these tiny countries, Switzerland... You put those on, like, their shortest distance possible, Slovakia, and, like, you can drive across several. Moldova. You can drive across several countries.
Do you have a South Asia map?
Oh, political Asia?
No. I want, like, Australia. Go to Australia. No, damn it.
It's not political.
I want a map that shows Tuvalu. Is that? No, that won't show it either. That is South Asia, though. Wasn't it?
Yeah. It's on here.
No.
It's labeled. It's on here.
I see that.
Good old Tuvalu, our favorite place.
It's mine. I don't know what yours is. It's mine. I don't know if you have a favorite place.
Ouch.
Do you have a favorite place?
I don't know.
I guess, only reason I say this, you never expressed your interest of a favorite country. That's just the only one I
love America. Apparently Canada got rated as the safest country to live in.
Canada?
Again, you know. Which
I thought it was all like the Nordic countries.
I might have to move there. We'll cut that. But you know what? Nope. You know what? I've said some sketchier shit. Let's leave it in. Anyways,
take a bite out of this?
No. So it must have been missing some parts of the copper.
It is missing some parts
of the copper, and so So yeah, the vinegar ate through the thin pieces of copper and made it to the zinc underneath.
Wait, did you do this to the penny?
Unintentionally.
What?
It was covered in dirt.
You're telling me you did this to this penny?
Yeah, unintentionally. It was covered in dirt, and I was trying to remove the dirt with the
You destroyed this penny.
Yeah, well, I didn't need it anyways.
Would your boss accept this if he brought it into work as a legal tender?
No, probably not. She'd probably like, what are you doing?
You destroyed a penny.
Unintentionally. It started eating the zinc out from underneath it.
When did you realize this? How late?
Well, way too late. When it got to there, I was like, what's that bubbling? And I'm like, it's probably fine. And then, then you add some more vinegar, like, it's really bubbling. That's weird. So you pull it out, and you're like, you start washing it off, and the penny start sloughing off, and you're like, oops, I destroyed the penny.
What's on...
Shit happens.
What do they... Stainless vinegar also takes away stainless steel, apparently, too.
Really?
So some of the hardware on the batteries, I'm pretty sure it's coated. No, nickel.
No,
It's nickel plated.
Really?
Yeah, it's nickel plated.
But they tell you not to use vinegar?
No, we use vinegar to clean it. But if you leave it in there too long, because one of the technicians had like some links that were super dirty, and so you use it to remove the corrosion because it's basic as opposed to like the acidic.
Right.
What's it? Potassium.
I'll wait. I have people that send messages.
Hang on. Yeah, it's gonna come to me. I forget the first chemical. The first part of the chemical. It's potassium. Potassium hydroxide. Is that it? I think it's potassium hydroxide. Anyways, it's acidic, and so so you use it to neutral it out. But we had some links that were super corroded, and so we used it to clean it. And he left it in there overnight. Well, the next morning he was left with copper bars.
Oops.
It ate away all the nickel plating.
Oops. Well,
so yeah,
you recycle that.
I don't know how long it took though before it got to that point, but yeah, vinegar too long can destroy nickel plating. It'll eat away.
Well, anyways, trying to think. Anyways, so yeah, I know how the hell we went from SR. I know how we got from SR71 to the Chunnel, but I'm not sure how we got from Chunnel to. Oh, you saw the penny.
I saw your penny. I made the comment on your penny.
Anyways, right.
And then you tell me the story about your penny.
Right.
That one's on me.
Yeah. Anyways, well, they're trying to bring back
squirrel
supersonic light. There was something. Oh, okay. Well, we're kind of. Maybe
we're out of time.
There was one more thing I wanted to talk about.
What?
So I was thinking about. Can a person have an intended use?
What do you mean?
So,
like a purpose?
Kind of, but not really. Like, yeah, you know, people search for their purpose, but like,
Does that know what you're talking about? What are you talking about?
It is and isn't, because like your purpose can be what makes you happy, but not necessarily something that you're maybe good at.
It's not best for society.
Right.
Okay.
Society would have you better do something else.
Okay.
So like a use would be that's a great way to look at it. What society says you should be doing versus what you actually want to do.
Yeah. John Nash. We talked about this, haven't we?
I don't think so.
So Adam Smith said everyone should do what's best for the group. And then John Nash said everyone should do what's best for themselves. That also helps out the group.
Okay, we've probably mentioned, we've definitely talked about it. But do you think which do you think?
Because you need to have both. You need to benefit the group and yourself. But if benefiting yourself negatively affects the group, obviously you don't do that. So you do what's the best for yourself that also benefits the group. Right.
Well, anyway, so why I was thinking about this is because I was thinking about, you know, so like in high school, I decided, okay, what's a science I haven't explored before? And that's how I got into computers. And then now it's like, I was like trying to find an artistic outlet that best suits me. I'm an okay painter. I'm not great. I can't do people. I do mainly landscapes.
Hey, practice makes perfect. You need to do your 10,000 hours.
But there's gotta be, you know, I'm not a great YouTuber. And it's like, but like, you know.
Yeah, you probably put in about 10,000 hours.
No, we're close.
You don't think so?
No. I'm getting there, but.
How many years have you been doing it?
Damn near 10.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know? So I've done the math on this. 10,000 hours is equivalent to 4.7 years of 40 hours a week.
Well, Well,
Because I was curious, if you did what 10,000 hours, if you took it like a normal job, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, so you're putting in 40 hours a week for your period of time or whatever, it would take 4.7 years.
well, maybe
4.8.
I've just been.
So basically 5 years, and so you've done double that. So I don't know. I mean, you haven't done it every single day, consistently. But like
I
I
don't
was
think
just.
I've done it.
But that's the thing, right? If you do consistently,
Well,
you will hit that, and that's why they say you could become an expert at anything, because like every language out there, even the more difficult ones, they are completely manageable in a year, with the right condition. If you actually study right, you can become fluent, whether it be reading, writing, or speaking. You just have to make sure you practice it in the right way in a year.
yeah. Well,
And so there's probably, any other skills that it takes longer, but if you're diligent about it,
yeah.
put in the work.
Well, anyways, so we were trying to. What was. My brain broke there for a minute.
You're talking about painting.
Right. So it's just like, okay, which of the. Maybe not artistic balance, but like something to do with my time. And I'm not a very good builder. I suck at it. And it was kind of one of those things where it's like when it comes to writing, I kind of always have ideas.
Yeah.
But like building things, I don't really have ideas, because it really started off with okay, are my ideas limited by my skills, tools, money, time, or knowledge?
Okay.
Right? And I was trying to figure out, they're limited by literally all of it. But what is the greatest limiting factor? And I thought, okay, if I buy more tools, will I do more projects? Maybe.
Potentially.
Maybe, but not always.
Yeah.
At least not right now anyways.
You need ideas.
Definitely right now, if I bought more tools, I definitely would not do more projects. I don't have the money for the projects, nor the space for said projects.
What's limiting your ideas?
Right, and I talked about it in a short, and I was just like, so what is it? And I kind of went through this whole cycle. I was like, maybe I'm not meant to be a builder. Maybe it's not. Maybe my imagination, the building, is just not there because my brain is better suited for writing. Because I always kind of have like little story ideas and short stories and short films. Mm-hmm. It's like maybe I'm better suited as a writer, but I don't know. But then I started thinking about writing prompts, and it just kind of went down this whole thing, and it was just like, how do I figure out what I'm best suited for?
Yeah.
What is my best intended use of my time? Which of all my little hobbies or all my little ideas should I funnel the most amount of time and money into?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done sculpting. One of my coworkers said do sculpting, but I'm like, what?
Well, you don't find out till you try it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought about doing sculpting. I kept forgetting to buy clay, so here we are. But
here we are.
So I don't know. I'm writing again, but I'm working on the Rods from God video, which is due at the end of February, and it's gonna be like I don't know how long to edit video, because the last time I did a video like this was the Ultron video, and it took me 8 hours to edit it, and so I am not looking forward to how long it's going to take to edit.
Ultron video?
I did a video on Ultron's, how his idea to wipe out humanity was stupid.
Oh, I think you talked about this.
Oh, we've talked about this. We got in an argument because you said, is it really easier to go redirect an asteroid? And I went, yes. It is significantly easier
oh, yeah.
to redirect an asteroid than picking up a city.
Than picking up the city.
Yeah. But, anyways, so it just takes more time. If you want to have...
I just didn't like the movie Armageddon.
Oh, where they blew up an asteroid with a nuke?
They didn't blow it up. They redirected it.
I thought they blew it up.
No. Well, because that's the problem, right? If you blow it up, you have a bunch of small fragments coming back into the Earth.
Maybe there was 2 Armageddons?
The movie I saw, what they did was they put nukes in it, blew it up into 2 pieces, and then the 2 pieces deflected off the
Maybe
Earth.
that was a new version of the one? Because I thought in the original they blew it up and it just was gone.
I think there's only one, right?
It's very possible they remade it. They've remade so many movies from the 90s Like, think about how many freaking Independence Days there are.
This is the one I'm talking about, 1998.
Okay, so it is the original. Huh, I thought they blew it up, but maybe they just...
I think you're misremembering.
Huh.
They split it up into two pieces that deflected off the side of there.
Oh, yeah. And I always love how, like, all the spaceships in, like...
I wanted everyone to die.
From
I was really hoping they'd do it, but, they disappointed me.
in the...
Because they kept it... I don't know. It just would have been perfect to just have a movie. I want a movie where just, like... You just get that sad ending where just... Everyone dies.
Have you seen
Sorry, humanity.
A Shakespearean tragedy?
We just couldn't do it. Yes.
Shakespearean...
We just couldn't do it. Oh, well.
But, it just doesn't... It wouldn't sell.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean?
There's gonna
people
be...
want happy endings. That's why there's a whole thing called happy endings.
No, that's a U.S. thing. It's very popular.
You can go to Thailand and ask
it's
for a
very
happy
popular.
ending. The dude might give you one, but
it's very popular in Latin America to have tragic endings, tragic stories.
Okay. Well, anyways,
it's a thing.
Anyways, when the U.S. market's the biggest market for movies, I don't think they care.
They want people. Some people want tragic endings.
Well, anyways, but I always find it interesting in all these old movies from the '90s and stuff. All the spaceship is the shuttle, and it's just like the shuttle is not meant for half the stuff you ever see it do in movies, like going to the moon or like what movie was that? Oh, it was Geostorm. They used shuttles to
Geostorm. I don't know if I've seen that.
Oh yeah, that stupid movie. But anyways, there was this idea that they build these like basically this they're not satellites because it's basically a giant superstructure around the Earth that they use to control the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And they put it in orbit with just hundreds of shuttles. Mm-hmm. Not just like they built one shuttle and did hundreds of launches. No, there were hundreds of launches of hundreds of shuttles. And I'm just like, the shuttle was the dumbest thing. Like, it was... The shuttle is not a good craft for getting to and from low Earth orbit. Yeah. It was okay, but not great. There are many other ways of doing it much better. So, even Starship is actually not even the best way to get to and from low Earth orbit, mainly because... it doesn't have an expendable second stage. Not the second stage needs to be expendable, but it would be best if that your crew could easily get away from the rocket in the event of an emergency. Something Starship cannot do.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the second stage can hot stage and get away if there's something wrong with the bottom stage. But if there's something wrong with the second stage, you're dead.
Yeah.
Unlike on a Falcon Heavy or a regular Falcon 9, the cruise capsule is separated by, you can separate from the second stage, you can separate from the first stage, you can get away from all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. Maybe, but, Starship, I guess, is, like, looking to be, like, on a completely different level of reliability than what we see in rockets today. And so it'd be like an airplane, like, where, there's no way to get out of an airplane, you just die. So they just made them super safe and reliable. Unless you're Boeing.
There's got to be a way to get out. Don't they have like little hatch doors?
Yeah, but if you're at 30,000 feet, you're going to die before you hit the ground.
Yeah, parachutes, right?
Not for everybody on the plane.
Well, there was a case where someone did survive a plane that fell 30,000 feet. And they were in the plane.
In the plane, but if you get out of the plane, because it's about to blow up.
She didn't remember anything of the accident.
But if the plane's about to blow up, you don't want to be in the plane, so you jump out while you're not. You're going to suffocate.
You'll die either way. I don't know of anywhere you could land that would feel good. Water's going to feel like concrete. Concrete's going to feel like concrete. Trees are going to impale you. They're going to feel like knives.
I heard the best is fresh powder snow.
Snow.
Fresh powdered snow.
Maybe.
Because there were a bunch of World War II pilots that were flying over the Alps. Their planes got shot down, and they landed in the Alps. They fell from like 30,000 feet and survived.
Really?
Yeah.
How come I didn't come across them?
I wouldn't say there's a bunch, but
Well, was it from 30,000? Because I looked up highest
less.
fall altitude and they didn't come up.
maybe less. But there was many cases of people surviving heights that should kill you.
Yeah.
But they fell into fresh powdered snow and survived. So, which is and that is the best. That is, I think, of
What
all
about,
the things you could.
is it possible to have like a? No, I wonder. A trampoline, but like you had a big hole underneath it, so and it's allowed to spring. Would the trampoline still hurt a lot
Yes.
if it's allowed to?
Because think about it this way, right? Think about your velocity.
It's slowing you down.
No. But what happens when you hit the trampoline right away? The trampoline
it begins to expand.
Yes, but it has to expand fast enough.
That's why you have a big hole underneath.
But no.
It's
the
stretchy.
initial hit before it starts to stretch. That initial hit, right when it needs to stretch the most, when you're going your absolute fastest, when it is absolutely critical.
Yeah, I know. You'll get a rug burn. I know.
Rug burn.
You'll get a rug burn.
Rug burn.
But like, will you survive this burn?
No, you're not gonna get a rug burn. Your innards are gonna become outwards. Or your ribs are going to turn all of your sacks into sacks with holes.
I'm not denying you're going to get a rug burn, but like I'm just saying, like it's going to expand.
Your ribs are going to pop all of your internal organs, and you're going to die.
No, it's
your sternum is going to meet your spine, and you will die.
So that's the thing, right?
Your brain will impact the back of your skull and turn into soft serve ice cream, and you will die.
You're telling me snow does a better job?
Yep, fresh powdered snow.
Because that's the thing, right? Everything has to stop, including your innards. Yes, I get that. But like, you're telling me snow did a better job?
Fresh powdered snow. It's got to be in the right conditions. Like, it's got to be fresh. And it's got to be deep.
It's got to be snowing.
Yeah. It's probably got to be snowing as it's happening.
As it's happening.
But anyways, and, you got to be a World War II pilot,
Oh,
and you can't talk about your mom or your wife back home. Because that's how you die in the movie. That's how you die in all of the... that's the character way in the movies.
Oh, when the plane's are ready to be shot down and you pull the picture out of your wallet of your wife and...
No. It's like this. There's a scene... It's not a scene. It was in a video game and they were playing... I don't remember what game, but... And they're in a plane and he's just like... They're in a helicopter and it's like... So how's the war going for you guys? Oh, I miss my mom. I can't wait to go back home. All right. And then he gets fucking just obliterated. Just shot to pieces. No! Oh, no. They were flying jets. That's what it was. They were all flying F-16s. And they're just like, so how's the war going for you guys? Yeah. Oh, I miss my mom. I can't wait to go home. And then gets hit by an anti-aircraft missile. And the guy who was talking is like, no! Never talk about your family on the field of battle. You will die.
All right, well.
Anyways, we are out of time. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every Friday, noon, 11 a.m. Central Time, and good night.